Welcome back to another episode of Varsity Views Inside the Huddle Edition, brought to you by Keon Sports. I'm Jax Gregory.
And I'm Darien Jackson.
And we're here with Week 3 of the 2023 high school football.
Oh, bro, Week 3 was low-key lit. At least it was lit for me. But
yeah, you had a good game. We might be seeing that this time around in this episode, but we're going to start it off with our top 5 games of the week, starting at number 5, Valley Forge versus Garfield Heights. First quarter, Valley Forge Patriots got off to a strong start, and it was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown run by Cam Wadsworth to go up 7-0. Garfield's first drive, on the other hand, resulted in a turnover on downs. So that wrapped up the second quarter. We had a 7-0 game, Valley Forge in control.
Dang, that's a really hot start.
Hey, go right down the field, get that 1-yard touchdown.
It literally doesn't get no better than, especially if you're the first team that can score the touchdown, you feel amazing on your first drive.
Oh, yeah. Valley Forge would respond in the second quarter, though, after Patriots QB Dan Kewell threw a 12-yard pass. It was fumbled, but recovered in the end zone for a touchdown for Valley Forge. They went up 14-0. Valley Forge would end up being threatening again, but fumbled, and Garfield Heights recovered. Still 14-0 at the half.
It's a lot of fumbles so far. I'm not going to lie. You fumbling and you still get the touchdown after I force you to fumble, I'm sick all the time.
But Garfield Heights coming out of half still couldn't move the ball at all. Valley Forge got the ball back and scored a 2-yard touchdown from Nick Mankins. Valley Forge would be up 21-0 after this. But Garfield Heights would finally respond, and it was off a 2-yard touchdown run to make the score 21-6. Again, Garfield Heights responds. They come back with a score on a 1-yard touchdown run to make it 21-12, sir. They're starting to make it a little interesting here.
Hey, better late than never. It don't matter what time you show up to the party as long as you show up.
Yeah, you love to see that they're still fighting, even being down 21-0, making it 21-12. But that wouldn't stand long as Valley Forge would respond with a 51-yard touchdown run by Ben Farson to make the score 28-12. That would end up being the final score as nothing much else happened in this game. So Ben Farson would be the player of the game for Valley Forge because of that 51-yard touchdown run. Great game from Ben Farson. Great win for Valley Forge as they can avoid the comeback. If you want to learn more about this game, go to keonsports.com and look for the author Carolyn Woschel.
Hey, that's a good. What was the final score of that game?
28-12. So
28-12.
Kind of Garfield Heights had a little comeback in them, but they just couldn't complete it all the way.
It's really hard when you already put yourself behind the 8 ball to start the game.
Yeah.
To really force a real big comeback in the second half. Knowing in the second half, stuff like that, you got to be pretty much perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Now, speaking of pretty much perfect, we got game number 4. And I'm going to just say now, I'm the author. So we're just going to get that out the way. This was my game. I had Midview versus Elyria Catholic, and I'm going to literally tell you guys how this went down. So first half, we're just going to get straight into it. First half, it was 21-0. 21-0 in the first half. It all, yes.
Off to a hot start. Who got off to the hot start?
Bro, listen, hot start to this game, right? It started off with a 12-yard touchdown from the quarterback, Ethan Elbert. This man is
For
like
what team?
Midview. Midview, baby. Midview. Man, he's like a running quarterback for real. This man was like, you got to just see him, though, for real. Like, he was really getting the yards for his team, like 100%. And not only can he run, this man threw a 60-yard touchdown to Dane West, the wide receiver who is a senior this year, and that put him up 14-0. That's 2 touchdowns already.
Can't ask for a better start than that.
Right? And then after that, it didn't take not that long after for an 8-yard touchdown to be scored by Michael Pacello. It's 21-0, just like that. First half, 21-0. I'm watching them play really hard defense on EC right now, and I'm thinking like, bro, they cannot take the lid off right now. And sometimes that's really hard when another team's got so much momentum scoring on the offensive end, and they're playing just as good a defense. Like, you can't stop that. I'm sorry. If this game was any longer in a half, it'd be slow. Going into halftime, I know the Panthers had to have a serious talk because they came out of halftime. Oh, yeah, they put on their little big boy pants or something, boy, because they came back. They came back for them. I'm not even going to lie. It started off with a 5-yard touchdown by Anthony DeMartinez. So that was 21-7. So I'm like, all right, this is really nice. This is real good. Now, their quarterback, Hector Garcia, I saw him last year as a sophomore. Bro was nice then, but he was just a little younger. Now He's got another, he got already a varsity year under his belt. Mans came in. He's really accurate, though, to be real with you. He came back, and he threw a 22-yard touchdown to my man Connor Petrus. Scores 21-13 because they blow the extra point. But mind you, Midview has not scored in the second half at all so far.
After going up 21.
Scoring 3 touchdowns in the first half, they don't even score again. Coming in, now we're in the fourth quarter. Now I'm gonna tell you, this is where I was getting up on my seat. So there were a couple fumbles here and there on Midview. They just weren't completing on their drives and things like that. But they're still playing good defense, but they're just not playing the best offense now. But I guess if you're already up going into the fourth, you just trying to play the best defense you possibly can, right? Let me tell you. EC, right, has the ball with 8 minutes to go. Like, 8 minutes to go in the fourth. They got 8 minutes to make something shake for real, right? They mess up. So it's Midview ball. And they make themselves the bag immediately. Like, it's like 5 minutes, and I'm telling myself, they only got to go. They just got to put together a couple good plays, right? I kid you not. They go for about, like, 50 yards. There's, like, a minute and a half. I'm like, yo, like, they like, halfway. Like, I'm about to see some Hail Marys or something. Unfortunately, though, they weren't able to do anything. There was, like, a minute and 20 seconds left. They messed up on the drive, and obviously the field goal wasn't going to do anything. They punted away. Midview ends up getting it. Next up is drive, score first down, take the knee, and that's how the game would end, 21-13. Midview would survive because I'm telling you, they didn't score at all in the second half. And EC started, I'm telling you, they was coming like in waves, though. Like they were completing everything. So it was a very interesting game, and then they got close to the point where, hey, we could have been looking at an overtime. They were down 8. You need the field goal and the 2-point conversion.
Oh, that would have made it number one game of the week, overtime.
Yeah, right. They need a touchdown and the 2-point conversion. So I thought that part was going to be interesting, but they weren't able to get it done. Just like, the last game, it's hard to, be down 21-0 in the first half, thinking that, you can make a comeback. I mean, it's possible, but when you, put yourself so far down going into the half, it's really hard to do. But player of the game for Midview was going to be Michael Purcello. He had 102 yards with a touchdown as well. So that was game 4 for your boy. It was lit. I'm not going to lie.
Sounds like a good game. And, again, if you want to find out more about that article, go to KeonSports.com and look up the author Darien Jackson.
Oh, yeah, that's me, baby. Yeah, that's me right there.
But with that, let's head into game number 3 as we have Avon versus Glenville. Now, this was a wild game. Both teams' first drives ended up in a pick. So we got 2 interceptions right off the bat. Avon will respond, though, with an 11-yard touchdown pass from Nolan Good to Ja'Cory and Caffey. Avon goes up 7-0. Avon then would get another touchdown when Eagles quarterback Good threw an 18-yard touchdown to Cole Kepner. This would make Avon's lead 14-0 real quick.
What is up? I don't know what it is, but it seemed like week 3 was a lot of teams going. Whoever scored the first touchdown got the one after that. Hey, you let me know. Are we about to see a turkey right now? Is it going to be a 3-piece? Tell me.
Hey, let's find out. Glenville responds.
Okay.
This time with a 94-yard drive that ends with a 45-yard touchdown pass from Ruel Thompson to Jamari Townsend. They would convert the 2-point conversion, and that makes it Avon on top 14-8. So Glenville's fighting because they got this 17-game win streak on the line.
That's crazy.
That would end the half at 14-8 with Avon on top. In the third quarter, lockdown defense. Nothing was happening. Nothing going on.
Nothing was happening.
Nothing. I'm telling you. They were so focused on defense. That fourth quarter, though, Glenville would force a fumble, and they recovered it. From then on, Tomlinson had a 53-yard gain, which led to a 32-yard passing touchdown to Damarian Witten. The 2-point conversion was good, and Glenville was now on top 16-14, looking to keep that win streak going. That's when Avon got a field goal on the next drive, so they took the lead 17-16. Avon up by 1, feeling good, but they got to be able to stop this Glenville offense as they haven't been able to the last couple times. Avon would then do a surprise onside kick, and they recovered it. Then they would end up scoring an 18-yard touchdown from quarterback Good to Paul Lefterick. This gave Avon the 24-16 lead, and Avon would end up coming out on top with that as a final score. Glenville would end up losing their 17-game win streak to Avon. Player of the game was Nolan Good, Avon quarterback. 3 passing touchdowns, and he also had 81 rushing yards.
Hey, all good things must come to an end. And then just in a few drives later, they would score another touchdown, which would give them the lead of 17-7. Now, we were just going back and forth with this, and now the score is 17-7. Now, North Ridgeville, they got to make something shake because North Royalton is clearly up on them right now.
Mm-hmm.
But let me tell you, it gets even better. Ridgeville would end up with an answer of a field goal, though, which also would make the score 17-10. So they're slowly chipping away at this lead right now, okay? Everybody stay with me.
Take the points when you can get them.
Take them. Listen, literally take what you can get because they're chipping away at this lead down. They went from being down 10-7. So stay with me, y'all, because now North Ridgeville will get another stop on defense, and my man, Zach Barnhart, will score a 10-yard touchdown, and it will tie the game at 17 now. They were just down 17-7. They get a field goal to make it 17-10. They play great defense, and now they score. Now the game is tied at 17 apiece. We're in the fourth quarter now, right? 17 apiece. North Ridgeville would force a fumble on North Royalton. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. There are literally a couple minutes left in the fourth quarter, and they done played so great defense that they done hit somebody so hard, they done fumbled the ball. Now, the dynamic duo for North Ridgeville, which was Zach Barnhart and Charlie Steinmetz, fought their way to the 6-yard line with just 1 second to go. They bring out their kicker, Austin DeSazo. He came in with a walk-off field goal for North Ridgeville. He would kick it. It would be good. The score would be 20-17. The game would end just like that. They lost on the game winner. Like, let's think about this. North Royalton was up 17-7.
That's electric. That's electric.
Up 17-7 and completely fell apart. Great game for North Ridgeville, though. They came in and won literally at the very last second. It don't get no better than that. It's a walk-off field goal, baby. If you guys want to read more about this, make sure you guys go to KeyOnSports.com. Look for the author, Damian Brown. He wrote a great article, and I know you guys will probably just enjoy reading it as much as he enjoyed watching it.
You got that right. Exciting finish. But with that, we go to number 1. Cleveland Heights versus Hudson. Hey, this game is pretty crazy.
Hey, the name itself shows out.
Let's go. Hudson started off with an 8-yard touchdown run by Ian Ludwig to go up 7-0. So quick 7-0. Hudson would then block a punt and score off the blocked punt to stay up 14-0.
That is again.
Hudson, yeah.
These teams are coming out the gate scoring the first 2 to 3 touchdowns.
The next drive, Hudson then recovered a fumble and got a field goal out of it to make Hudson's lead 17-0. So the Hudson Explorers get out quick. Cleveland Heights just shocked. I mean, down 17-0 real quick.
I would be.
But that didn't stop the Cleveland Heights Tigers from responding. They would respond with a 60-yard touchdown run by Marquise Davis to cut the lead 17-6 after the point after was blocked. But don't worry, Cleveland Heights would then intercept the ball on the next drive, and Marquise Davis would score again on an 11-yard touchdown, and they would convert a two-point conversion, making the lead 17-14, Hudson on top. So
they're
Hudson,
cutting into it.
Yeah, here comes Cleveland Heights. I mean, they didn't look back. They just kept their head down, kept working. Heights then would get a defensive stop, but were backed up on their own 7-yard line. So they had 93 yards to go. And that didn't stop them. The first play, Marquise Davis took it 93 yards for a touchdown. Cleveland Heights has the lead now 21-17 after being down 17-0. Hudson is shocked. Just shell-shocked.
Too.
That would be the end of the first half as 21-7 Cleveland Heights is ahead.
That was only the first half?
Yeah, that's the first half.
That's talk about interesting.
Third quarter was all defense. I mean, all defense. Once again, one of these games until about 1:30 left in the quarter when Marquise Davis would once again score from 13 yards out. This put Cleveland Heights ahead 27-17. Marquise Davis is doing everything for Cleveland Heights. He's everywhere.
Talk about the willpower. This man is trying to win.
In the fourth quarter, Hudson's Noah Broski would score an 11-yard touchdown run. They would end up missing the point after, though, so Hudson gets back on the board. It's 27-23, Cleveland Heights on top. On a fourth down, Amar Lakes found Henry Perryman for a touchdown to put Cleveland Heights up 34-23. So they're starting to create space again here in this fourth quarter, but Hudson didn't care. They would come right back with an 8-yard touchdown run from Tegan O'Gwyn, and they would get a 2-point conversion, making the score 34-31.
Man.
Cleveland Heights on top.
This is a very tough game. I can only imagine someone watching this game really like, bro, like, you got to be out your seat for this.
Hudson would end up getting the ball back and trying to move the ball down the field, but they couldn't convert on a 4th down. Cleveland Heights would end up winning the game by a score of 34-31, completing that comeback. The player of the game was Cleveland Heights running back Marquise Davis, who had 337 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns.
Ooh. 4 touchdowns?
I mean, he was everywhere. This Cleveland Heights team didn't give up. Hudson, maybe they got a little too comfortable with that 17-point lead right out the gate, but that just shows you can never be too comfortable in high school football.
You can never be counted out. It don't matter how many points you're down by. Whatever one team does to you, you can do back to them.
Oh,
Literally.
yeah, for sure. And if you'd like to learn more about this game, go to keonsports.com and look for the author Bryce Holt, who was there to witness this fantastic game, #1 game of the week, and wrote a great article. That wraps up our top 5 games of the week, and now we'll head into the player of the week, which we just heard him. Our player of the week this week was Cleveland Heights running back Marquise Davis, who ran for 337 yards and 4 touchdowns in the win over Hudson. Hell of a game by that kid.
Hey, you get 4 touchdowns and a comeback?
Along with 300-something rushing yards? Yeah.
You deserve that.
Yeah.
Good work, man. Your work does not go unnoticed. That man went out there to show what he can do, lead his team to victory, and he did that. So, hey, y'all, that's a wrap. I've been your host, Darien.
And I'm Jax.
And this was another episode of Inside the Huddle. Catch us next week, next Wednesday, same place, same time. And we'll see y'all later.